What's up, everyone? Vu of Vu Films, and I am back with another idiotic video for you to watch. Partially idiotic because I'm currently vlogging while in my car. Camera is set on a tripod. Sony a7SIII IBIS set to active, so hopefully this video does not look shaky like Shakira. But that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the topic at hand. It is creating versus criticizing. Pretty much there is a lot of people out there, whether it be online, people you know in person, YouTube, Facebook, what have you, that love to criticize. And as a creator, you have to be able to take criticism, especially if it's constructive criticism, especially if it is good criticism that will help you improve your work. But more often than not, what I have noticed is there is a lot of people who love to criticize without proving or showing an example of how to correct whatever it is they are criticizing. So obviously there are those massive D-bags with massive balls that are always bouncing off their chin at all times. Those are the ones who just pretty much blatantly say, dude, your work sucks. Oh, this is trash. Oh, this is, magenta shifted colors, or your colors suck. Whatever. There's always going to be those massive chin double dribbling douchebags out there. And you know what? That's something you got to deal with. And then there are some dudes who might say something that is actually kind of constructive, or maybe there's some merit to it. Oh, I think, you could have improved your colors here. The colors look a little bit too magenta, the skin tones, whatever, right? But then the problem is you go and then you kind of check out their work, and either one, you don't see any work, or two, their work looks like absolute dumpster trash. With that being said, my point is create, don't criticize. Creating is always going to be better than criticizing. You creating your work will always help that other individual do better work. Let me point this out. Me, if someone criticizes me in a way where they just say, oh, my work is complete dumpster trash, my first thing is I go take a look at what they'd be working on. And like I said, more often than not, their stuff is trash. Doesn't help me any, because then they lose credibility because they told me that my work is trash, but then I look at their work and it is legit trash. So how can I trust their judgment? However, when I go online and I see someone post some work, someone post some work on Facebook, someone post work on YouTube, for example, let's say it's wedding films, and their wedding film looks absolutely ridiculous, absolutely amazing. It's just straight, quote unquote, hot fire, hot ESR5 fire. It makes me look at my work like, yo, I need to improve what I'm doing because my work does look like absolute trash. So there is one example of how someone creating kind of criticized my work because I responded it into a way where I looked at their work as, yo, that is some amazing work. I need to up my game. And that is the instance where creating ends up being better than criticizing, right? Another thing to look at is the person themselves. So in this case, me. I am fully aware that I am not the most amazing filmmaker on the planet. I am fully aware that my work needs improvement. No matter how good I may feel about it at that moment, how proud I am of the work that I created, I still know that I need to improve my work. This whole content creation, filmmaking, what have you, is a journey of constant improvement. And I'm aware of that. There are some dudes out there who aren't really self-aware of where they're at in their content creation filmmaking game, where they really think that they are one of the best out there at all times. They are just straight gangster at this filmmaking. They just think that there's a straight gangster at this whole filmmaking game. And there's nothing that you could really do to tell them if you feel like maybe they need improvement in some areas where they will actually be receptive of it. You can criticize them all they want. You can be very constructive, like, hey bro, like maybe your highlight's a little bit blown here, or maybe you could have done this with the story, or maybe hey look, like if you look at the skin tones, it might be a little magenta, maybe dial it back a little bit. They're never going to notice because they already think they're good, so they won't be receptive to your criticism anyway. And even if you do post something that is amazing, even if you do post something that should catch their eye, maybe, hey, look, like that dude, his work is amazing, maybe I need to improve my game, they're gonna think their work is better than whatever they see online anyway. So it always takes a person to be self-aware that their work is at a certain level and maybe they don't need to get to this level. They need to be aware that they need to improve before they can be receptive of any criticism. Yet alone noticing that someone's work may be better than theirs and they need to elevate to that level. So what I am saying here is creating, being a creator and actually putting out work and putting things out there is always going to be better than just being this person who just sits behind their screen and just keyboard criticize everything and everyone that they see online or wherever it is that they're looking at content. And sadly, unfortunately, the majority of criticism I see, whether it be me just posting films on Facebook or me posting on YouTube, it's just haters, you know what I mean? Like, I know full well that, like I said, my work isn't the greatest out there and I need to improve. I know that. And even as many times as people compliment my work, even when as many times as people say, dude, that work was fire, that is sick, yo, that's a perfect film, whatever, I know there could have been things done better. Every single film that I do, every single piece of work that I put out there, whether it be this YouTube video or like some big budget wedding film or commercial videographer work, I know there's things left on the table that could have been improved. And that is the beauty behind this, as we know that we're always constantly chasing as close to perfection as we can with the work that we create. And there's just dudes out there that just love to just talk trash and criticize, but have nothing to prove, nothing to show that their word, their opinion holds any merit. So, that being said, if you are a filmmaker, photographer out there, and you get some type of feedback, you get some type of criticism from somebody, always take a look at what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, someone could tell you, oh, your colors look a little bit off, or maybe this composition could have been this way, and then you go take a look at their stuff, you're kind of like, yo, I don't know if I should be able to trust this dude because he's producing straight trash, for lack of a better word. And then you could also look at somebody who criticized you and says your colors may be, or your composition, need a little bit of work. And then you see on their portfolio, like they create some seriously, just straight fire content. Maybe you could definitely take their word seriously. And, obviously, you will forever be your best. You have to be your best critic. You know what I mean? You have to look at what you have to look at your work, and you do have to look at others' work from time to time and see where they do really things very well and where you may not be as good, and try to not emulate but take some pointers out of what they create and elevate your work with what you observe others create that you perceive to be better than you. So that is that. Just a little bit of something I've been thinking about. I haven't posted in a while. Currently very busy. Right now I'm actually on the way home from a video shoot, so I'm just trying to do whatever I can, just get my thoughts out there and just share it with you guys. And hopefully you got something out of it. Just speak my mind, as I always do in this YouTube channel. So hope you enjoyed it. If you like what I said here, if you like this kind of content, please give me a like and subscribe. That'd be greatly appreciated. Until next time, lighten up.